We are barely 4 months into 2026, and already we have a full slate of brand new luxury handbag releases featuring bold silhouettes, reissued icons, and a few new players all competing for your attention and your money. We're going to discuss the biggest releases from the major brands, including Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, Dior, Delvaux, and more, including one wildcard brand at the end of the video that may not already be on your radar, plus my top picks so far. This is Lula West Lux, and my channel is for anyone who loves luxury fashion and particularly handbags. In every video, I share advice and guidance based on my own personal experiences to help you make better luxury shopping decisions. Click that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. Starting off with the Classics Reimagined, this will not be a surprise to anyone who has been following luxury news or new releases. We have seen a lot of classic icons reissued over the past few years, and 2026 is shaping up to be no different. Starting off strong with one of the most classic bags in the luxury handbag world, the Chanel reissue, aka the Chanel 2.55. The new creative director at Chanel, Mathieu Blasi, has completely reinterpreted the 2.55 reissue, and unfortunately, it is not a reinterpretation I can get behind. It is the classic reissue, but there is a wire frame inside the bag that you can shape and mold. Personally, I do not like this bag at all. To me, it looks like luxury roadkill. I do not know why you would pay so much money to have a bag that looks like you just ran over it with your car. That's my own personal opinion. I am not a fan, but if you love this bag, I would love for you to comment and share with us what about this bag you really love and what draws you to it. Another new release from Chanel this year that I like much more than the reissue is the Chanel Maxi Flap. This was my favorite new release of this season from Chanel. It's the classic Maxi Flap. Oversized, slouchy. It gives a ton of cool girl energy. I really, really love this bag. A friend of mine here on YouTube, Gone Lux, recently purchased this bag. So here's a video of the version that she got in a beautiful brown suede. In the video description box below, I will tag her channel and link to her unboxing video if you're interested in seeing more. Moving on to another brand, Saint Laurent, we have the re-edition of a classic. The Mombasa bag is back. This was a Y2K icon, and it has been reissued this year for its 25th anniversary. This was originally a design by Tom Ford back when he was creative director for Saint Laurent in the early 2000s. And if one person can make an oversized slouchy hobo bag sexy, it is Tom Ford. I love the sculptural horn detail on the handle, and it's just a very sumptuous buttery leather. This is a really beautiful bag. I like this a lot. And the price point is pretty approachable for a full leather luxury bag. Next up, moving on to Louis Vuitton, we have the lineup BB. And this is a new silhouette for Louis Vuitton. However, I'm including it as a Classics Reimagined because I think this is an excellent alternative to the carryall PM. I have my carryall here in the beautiful seasonal color cognac. This seasonal color was released a couple years ago. It's not available currently. And the reason why I think the lineup BB is a great alternative to the carryall PM, it's a little smaller than the carryall PM, but it fixes one of the main complaints people have about the carryall. The monogram canvas version has a vachetta leather tie on the top. There's no zipper. A lot of people complain that there's no zipper. The lineup BB is a very similar silhouette in monogram canvas, and it features a zip closure. So I think this is a great alternative to the carryall. There is a larger size, the regular lineup, that was released, I think, a few months ago, possibly at the end of 2025. That size is slightly larger than the carryall PM, but smaller than the carryall MM. So it's a nice in-between size of the two carryalls. That's the regular size lineup. The lineup BB was just released this year. The last classic reimagined before we move on to the statement makers is the Fendi Way. I love this. The shape is very reminiscent of the Fendi Peekaboo. The Peekaboo and the Baguette are the two icons of the brand. So it says a very similar trapezoidal silhouette, but there's no divider in the middle. It's completely open, which I love. You get a ton of capacity in this bag. And one of my favorite things about this bag is you have a beautiful neutral color on the outside with a fun pop of color on the inside. Here's a photo of the purple one that my friend Megan recently took when we went out shopping together. This is my favorite colorway, so big shout out to Traingirl.Meghan. She's also on YouTube, and I will tag her channel in the video description box below as well. The price is also really nice as well. The standard Fendi Peekaboo retails around $5,000 and up. However, the Fendi Way starts at just $3,900, so under $4,000 before taxes. Personally, I love the Fendi Way. It's one of my favorite new releases from Fendi this season. Let's move on now to the statement makers. For the statement makers, we're starting off strong with a couple new releases at Dior from their new creative director, Jonathan Anderson. First up, we have the bow bag. I am not a huge fan of the bow bag. It's very cute. It's basically a large squishy pouch. Well, not quite large, but it's a squishy pouch with ruching in the middle to look like a bow, and there's a crossbody strap, a chain with a leather shoulder pad in the middle. Honestly, it's a little underwhelming for me. I don't see a ton here design-wise that really gets me excited. We have seen these squishy pouch bags before, especially for the price point. The small one, I believe, starts at $4,400 USD, and for that price point, I just need a little bit more. Unfortunately, this one is a pass for me. The other new bag I wanted to discuss from Jonathan Anderson at Dior is the Seagal bag. This does have the potential to become the next it bag from Dior. However, personally, I don't think this bag will have a lot of staying power. I think it's making a big splash now as a new release from a new creative director at Dior, but once the excitement settles down, I think we're going to move on from the Seagal, and eventually this bag is going to look dated. I do not like that this bag only has one handle. It basically hangs open, even though it does have a flap on the top of the bag. I hate that it's asymmetric. There's only one handle. We're seeing a lot of asymmetric bags this year, but I just really do not like it. I've never liked that look. And like I said, I just think this is going to look a little dated in a few years. I would love to know what you think of Jonathan Anderson's new bags for Dior. Do you like them? Do you not like them? And if you like these, I would love to know why and what attracts you to these bags. And look, I do also just want to clarify that just because I don't personally like a bag doesn't mean it's a bad bag. I'm just sharing my own opinion with you and why I'm not drawn to certain bags. Moving on from Dior, we have a new statement bag from Louis Vuitton, and this is the Squire bag. I actually like this bag. It comes in two different sizes, the Squire PM and the Squire East West, which is a little bit shorter than the PM and elongated, which is a very trendy shape. The East-West style has been trending for a couple years now. Personally, I think the Squire looks like the classic Louis Vuitton Alma, and the Keeple had a baby. It is now the Squire bag. I really like this. I think it's very practical. I love that the zipper extends all the way down the side, just like on the Alma. And it's a great capacity. It has a really great shoulder drop. So personally, I think this is a wonderful new design. Let's move on now to the Understated Power Players. Of course, for an understated power player, we have to talk about Hermes. One of my favorite new designs from Hermes this year is the reissue of the So Kelly. This is a really, really great shoulder bag style of the Kelly, very practical. This was previously available in the Kelly 22 and the Kelly 26 sizes. I love that they brought it back, but in a miniature version this year. I don't think the mini So Kelly has actually hit stores yet. It should be released later this year, but I think this is a great one to keep on your radar this year. Another new understated power player is from Delvaux. Delvaux has released the Brilliant Tempo Small. This is a brand new take on their classic Brilliant, an icon of Delvaux. It is a very structured top handle bag, and they've come out with a softer version of this bag. You can see the body of the bag doesn't have as much structure. It's much more pliable, and it doesn't have that large rigid top handle. I really love this. It does also have a crossbody strap. This is a really, really great practical bag. The only downside of the Brilliant is it has a functional buckle to open and close it. These days, a lot of brands don't use functional buckles to close their bags. If there's a buckle, it's usually for decoration only, and there's a magnetic clasp under the buckle. But a friend of mine who has the Brilliant has told me it can be a little tedious in the beginning, but after you use the bag enough, you get really used to opening and closing it, and it almost becomes muscle memory. So in the end, at least according to a friend of mine who has this bag, it's not so much of a deal breaker. This bag is definitely on my radar for 2026. I love the Brilliant Tempo Small. Moving on to the wild card segment of the video, this is a brand you may not have on your radar, but if you're a longtime viewer of my channel, you will know the brand I'm talking about. That is Joseph Duclos. I have one of their bags here. This is their classic Diane. This is the Diane Messenger version. I really love Joseph Duclos. Their bags are handmade, and they are made in ateliers in France. Very high quality leather. If you are someone who values craftsmanship when it comes to luxury bags and you want to invest in something that's actually handmade and made to last, Joseph Duclos is an excellent brand. They have two new bags that I would like to put onto your radar. The second one is my favorite, but let's start out with the Apollone. This is a brand new silhouette from Joseph Duclos. I like this bag, but again, it doesn't excite me too much. This is a very, very classic silhouette. We have seen this silhouette at other brands before. However, I can tell you, knowing Joseph Duclos, this bag is exceptionally well made. The one thing I don't like about the Apollone is the zip closure. There's a double zipper, and the zipper pulls are not connected, so you have to open and close each zipper independently. It's not too bad, but I do wish the zipper pulls were connected at the end, so you could just grab one zipper pull and unzip both zippers at the same time. Even so, the Apollone is a really great new release from Joseph Duclos. However, the one I like better is the Mini Fontaine. This is a classic design from Joseph Duclos. The Fontaine is not new. It has been available for a few years now in the larger size, but there's a new Mini Fontaine that's being released this year, and I think it is adorable. I also love that they are making the Fontaine in these really bright, fun colors. Unfortunately, I don't have a confirmed price for this bag yet because I haven't seen it on the website yet. The larger Fontaine is priced at 5,000 USD, so the mini version should be somewhere in the $4,000 range, which is pretty approachable for Joseph Duclos bags. They are on the high end of the luxury pricing scale. Now that we've gone over all the new bags we're going to discuss in this video, let me share with you my top picks, but I'm going to make it a little more fun and share with you my superlatives. Starting strong with the best investment piece, I have to give that to the new mini So Kelly. When it comes to investing in a luxury handbag, even though I don't think they're good investments, if I had to choose one, if you want to spend your money wisely, I would go with an Hermes So Kelly. The Kelly is classic. Hermes always holds its value. If you ever wanted to sell it, you could most likely break even, or at least close to break even. The biggest surprise for 2026, in my opinion, has to go to the Chanel reissue with that wireframe. I was totally not expecting this from Chanel. I don't know where this came from, but this shocked me personally when I saw it on the runway. And I know it surprised everyone else because people could not stop talking about this bag when it showed on the runway. The most overhyped of 2026, I have to give to the Dior Seagal. I think this is being hyped right now as the new it bag from Dior because it's one of the big new releases from their new creative director, Jonathan Anderson. But I think once the hype dies down, we're going to move on from this bag and nobody's going to be talking about the Seagal in a few years from now. And my top picks of 2026 so far, the bags you will actually use. I have 3 winners in this category. Number 1 from Fendi is the Fendi Way. I think this is a great bag. Beautiful, love the pop of color, practical, and a bag you will actually use. I also love 2 from Louis Vuitton, the lineup BB. Like I said, this is a great alternative to the carry-all, as well as the new Squire bag. I think it's a really great, functional, easy bag. Those are all my top picks for 2026. I would love to know your top picks for 2026. As always, I'll leave another video up here for you to watch next, and I'll see you in the next one.